Secure the Bag content is intended for collegiate athletes. Secure the Bag does not provide financial services, financial planning, investment, tax, legal, or sports agent advice or services. Welcome to another episode of the STB Podcast, Secure the Bag. I'm joined with my guy, All-American D lineman, University of Kentucky, Deone Walker. Thanks for coming on, Deone. I know it's been a long time coming.
No problem.
Let's get right to it. You guys just had a huge win this past week. It feels like a lot of times watching Kentucky, you guys play these great games and get your heart broken. Kind of tell me a little bit about this weekend, what went different and how that felt to get like such a signature win against Ole Miss.
I feel like we got punched in the face after South Carolina game. You know, we held Georgia to a one point loss. So I feel like it was just all those emotions, and from the coaching staff, the fans, the players, like even in the locker room, we could feel like we need to get this done. Like we know that we can, but we just need to believe it.
Yeah.
Coach Stoops had a great like emphasis on the week, and it was just be fearless and be you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everybody on our team did that, you know?
Yeah. So be fearless, be you. That was kind of the mantra.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, it was awesome to see you get that done. So really just go to the beginning. You are one of the best defensive players in the country, but you were originally from Michigan, right? So tell us a little bit about growing up in Michigan, when you started playing football, a little bit about your background, and when did you know, hey, like I'm pretty good at this?
Okay, so growing up in Detroit, it's very easy to get into the wrong type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's everywhere. You could walk down your street and, see the wrong stuff and something bad's going to happen. So I'll thank my mom and dad to this day because they never let me get into anything like that. I never had to worry about what I was going to eat at night, never had to worry about the lights being cut off, never had to worry about if I asked my dad for $20, he got me,
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's kind of what shaped me into the person that I am today.
Mm-hmm.
The person that want to take care of them, that would do anything to take care of them, I don't really feel like my story was any different than anybody else's, but growing up playing football, there was so many times I just wanted to quit. Like it was hard, it was tiring. Really? Yeah.
Tell us about what age did you start playing?
I started when I was 6.
Okay. And you wanted to quit. Tell me about like a time you wanted to quit.
I was a kid, crying at practice, having to run. So I'm crying, I'm mad. Having my mom having to come on the field, and talk to me like, you gonna do this. I don't care. We're not leaving. I do the sprints and leave, or I stay out there all night.
Yeah.
But I say I had one real time where like I was thinking about quitting football, and it was like in the middle of COVID. So it was all like I was getting looks from schools and everything. I think at this time I even had my top 10 out, but I just was like in a mental low,
Yeah.
and everyone gets those, but this one, I don't know what it was, but it was just so bad. And I remember in one of my games, after one of my games, I gave my coach my helmet and shoulder pads like, I'm done.
Wow.
Like I didn't know. I had so much on my plate that I wanted to get something, I wanted to get anything off of it. And the easiest thing to get off of it was football, at the time.
Yeah.
But the one thing, and I love my coach, my high school coaching staff for this. Really, one in particular, Coach Sassy. He passed. He had heart problems, but he before I even made it home, I remember this vividly. I handed him my pads because I was playing O-line in high school.
Hmm.
I handed him my pads. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I didn't say a word, walked off. I get home and he's in the living room with my parents talking, like talking to them. Like, I'm telling, like, he was basically saying, like, if I wanted financial freedom and to never have to worry about anything that I had to worry about then, I would keep playing football. And
Yeah,
and yeah, I got back into it, but it didn't really hit me until he passed away.
yeah,
That was the biggest turning point for me.
that's heavy. So this was what junior year, senior year?
Junior going into my senior year.
Okay. Wow. So, and this was 2020. So, and what you have no clue what it was, just was it the isolation of COVID, dealing with recruiting and all the things that come with it?
Yeah, I feel like it was everything plus some stresses from family, friends, just everywhere.
Yeah. You felt like you couldn't kind of escape, and it was like the
Yeah,
biggest thing that's probably surrounding all this is football.
yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. Did not know that. That's crazy. So that coach helped you kind of rediscover your love and by believing in you and I mean that is such an important piece. You know, we talk about securing the bag and money, but I think so much of it securing the bag to me is also mental health and things like that. And I think about the work that I do with athletes and talking to you guys. I know there's so many people that need things from you, want stuff from you. It becomes overwhelming. So how do you personally, because I think this is super important to talk about, protect your peace.
Um, I say for me, it's the game. You know, getting away from everything else. You know, putting my phone down, just doing something that I love to do since I was 8 or 9 years old. You know, love playing the game, and sometimes the game could be iffy. You know, you could get mad at it, but all in all, you know that the people that you're playing with are some friends that you're going to have for a lifetime.
Yeah, yeah. So how does the kid from the 313 end up down in Lexington?
It was a close battle. Um, it was between Michigan, Bama, Georgia, and Kentucky.
Hmm.
But I say what really helped my decision was Coach Coach Stoops. He's such a like trusting individual. Like you ever just look at like have a conversation with somebody and be like, I can like you just get that feeling that you know that you can trust them.
Yeah. Yep.
He's one of them type of guys. So
Yeah.
uh, we talk about everything. We talk about some of my family problems. If I got problems with my girl, anything like he got an open door policy. All I
Yeah.
got to do, text or call him. Hey, coach, can I come up? Yeah, come on. No matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helped me a lot because I'm a loyalty over anything type of person,
Hmm.
and he really showed that I could get that loyalty from anybody, no matter what your position is, what like your standing is. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you've told me quite a few things about Coach Stoops, but it's just kind of that gut feeling of trust, and he's followed through for you.
Yeah.
So as you look at where you are now and how you've grown at Kentucky, and this NIL world that we live in, right? Like
Mhm.
2020, pre-COVID, this wasn't a thing, and no one could imagine how it's been. Tell me what it's been like for you, the good, the bad, what you've had to learn and all those things.
Honestly, I really had to learn how to, and it's better that I'm learning this now than when I get to the pros and get all kinds of money, but just learning how to save, learning not if you get this X amount of money, don't go blow half of it on something that's it's not going to get you your money back, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
And honestly, I feel like you helped me a lot with that too.
Yeah.
It, it's you, my mom, my dad don't really be caring, but it's you, but it's you, my mom, and again, Coach Stoops, you know? But one thing that I dislike about it is, being a captain, just playing football, you still want that loyalty, that camaraderie, that trust in your teammates that no matter what, I got you. You feel me?
Yeah.
My 11 versus your 11, who gonna win?
Hmm.
I feel like with NIL now, it's gonna, I've already seen it. Some people get paid out of high school before they do anything,
Yeah.
and they haven't shown anything.
Yep.
Some people that have been starting for 2, 3+ years don't get paid much.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of people on our team, I'm not going to name names, but a lot of guys just left out because they weren't getting playing time. They were getting the money, just no playing time.
Hmm.
Some guys left because they was getting playing time but no money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a weird dynamic. I feel like all in all, it's not going to be that good for college football, though.
Yeah. The way it is. Yeah. I mean, on my perspective, I think it's awesome for guys like yourself to learn these things before you get to the pros. And I think it's important for guys to be able to provide and have change, but I think it can't be the main thing.
Yeah,
And, the loyalty and what we love about college sports is, if I'm a Kentucky guy, I'm a Kentucky guy. And I
right.
think one thing that players are losing too is by bouncing around looking for more money, right? Like, what's your identity after you leave? Right?
Yeah,
Like, you're whether the pros, you have a Hall of Fame career in the NFL or not, you're good in Lexington, right? Those
yeah,
connections that you've made are going to serve you long before, like long past the money that's coming in.
yeah,
And I think a lot of times guys don't think about that. Because it's like, well, what school are you alumni with? What are the relationships you've built? Because those things are going to pay dividends down the road, not now. So short money isn't always good money.
hmm,
So yeah, no, I like that thought. Um, I would say, as you continue to progress and with NIL, I'm sure it's fun, like you said, it's been a learning experience. Funnest thing that you've bought since you got it. Since you got it. The best thing that it was like, damn, it feels good to spend a little money on this.
uh, man, you probably know my slingshot.
Oh, the slingshot.
Yeah, man. Every day, I feel like that's like motivation to me too, because it's like every day I wake up, even the days where I don't feel like getting out of bed, going to
Mhm.
practice, I get up, go downstairs in the garage, and I just look, and I'm like, me going to practice, doing all this, made this. So now let's go do it again. You
That's
feel me?
awesome. I think that's a great way to look at it too, from the standpoint of someone might say, "Oh, like, it's not a great investment or whatever." But if the return on that investment is it makes you go harder, right? And it
Yeah.
motivates you when you don't feel like going, right? It's not a depreciating asset in that sense, from that standpoint. Now you don't want to
Yeah.
do that too much, but that's cool that you look at it and you're not like, why did I spend my money on this? You're like, damn, I really like this. And because of I was able to buy this toy because of the work that I put in. So let's go put in more work.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the thing with me. Like, I'm not really gonna spend a bunch of money on it, like especially how much that would or that is, if I don't feel like I'm really gonna like it, or it's really
Yeah.
gonna help me or help me have fun while, before and after practice, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I
100%.
feel like that really helps a lot.
So game day, like what do you have any rituals you use on game day, or you have like what kind of what do you got in your headphones when you're warming up? What's your kind of routine?
I don't really say I have a routine. Like anytime I wake up, I say I'm ready to go. You
Hmm.
know, um, headphones. I could be listening to raw wave, some Detroit music, some R&B. I'm like everywhere with that. You know, I don't need to hear one person's voice or hear one type of music to. It's weird because some people or people, you know how people say you can't just flip the switch on and back off.
Yeah,
But I feel like once you get in that mindset, you can, you know,
yeah, yeah,
like because I can be nice to all of our trainers, coaches, boom, laughing, smiling, having a good time 30 minutes before the game. When it is game time, I'm ready to go.
yeah. You're ready to get after it.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. What's one song or artist that you have that probably people would be surprised that you listen to?
Um, I turned into I'm a big country guy now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Who are you listening to?
I listen to Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, Sam Barber, what is it? Cole Swindle.
Oh, so you deep.
Yeah, I got a bunch of guys.
So I guess Lexington did its job.
Yeah, Lexington turned me out, man.
Now as we wrap up, as you think about, where you've been and, we're almost at the halfway point in the season. What are you most excited about looking into the season and potentially going on to the next level?
For the season, I can't wait to figure out like what our team's legacy is going to be. You know, this 2023 or 2024, 2025 team. I can't wait to see what like when we're done after bowl game, after the CFP, what our legacy is going to be for that year, you know?
Yeah,
And I say for the next level, I can't wait for the draft. That's going to be a surreal feeling,
yeah,
you know? I remember I was 19 years old playing NCAA trying to get my players drafted, number
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. And now here you are, man. That's awesome. Well, man, as much as I've talked to you, I feel like I've learned, a lot of stuff we don't talk about. So I love this perspective, man. I see how driven you are and how loyal you are. I'd say for sure Kentucky's lucky to have you, man. But good luck
Hey,
the rest of the year, man. I appreciate you hopping on with me.
yes, sir, no problem.